Job number 2026-0657-2. This is our after recording, after doing some targeted root cutting, so we can see the condition of the pipe. Again, we're out at the city main sewer. City main sewer is at about 92 feet here. You can see the flow from right to left. Pulling back in, we can see the profile of the Y. And as we slowly pull back, the first thing of note is we can see some fracturing here. So right on the branch of the Y, we see a chunk starting to fall off. There was a very large root growth at that connection. We've been able to successfully trim the root growth off. It's quite persistent because due to the fracturing, there was extensive roots tying it into the side, so it was very stubborn to get out. We see some tap roots remaining at 92 feet. Passing back here, remaining root here at 88, cut back nicely. Remaining root at 86, cut back as much as possible. Some rather thick tap roots. We did snake this in forward and reverse rotation to bat at the roots both ways, and we targeted it for quite a while, and that's still what is there. So those are quite stiff connections. 84 feet, some remaining root, cut back nicely. 82 feet, cut back nicely. 80 feet, cut back nicely. Of note through this section is we see a moderate water pooling. So if we go forward, we see that's just a brief one, but we want to see a small trickle along the way. We've established a slow flow through the drain. So if the drain has good consistent pitch, we would see just that small trickle of water. Starting at about 77, this is just a little brief spot with pooling, but then right at this joint is a high point, and then we see a wide stream through here from 77, and it tapers out when we get to about 72. So very moderate pool, not super deep, but it is a little bit of a belly. We know that to be the case because there is no debris causing a dam on the downstream side. So upstream part at 72 to 77. Remaining root at 70, cut back nicely. Remaining root at 66, cut back nicely. Remaining root at 64, cut back nicely. Remaining root at 60, cut back nicely. Also of note at this joint, if we come forward a little bit, we can see on the bottom left corner a bit of a spiral fracture that U's out to the bottom and comes back around to the bottom. From bottom left to bottom right, we see a very fine fracture in the bottom of the pipe there. So that's of note. We can see it on the end at the joint best right there. It's 60 to 61. Remaining root cut back nicely at 58. Remaining root at 56, cut back nicely. Remaining root at about 53, cut back nicely. Remaining root at 50, almost cut back to imperceivable length. Remaining root at 47, cut back nicely. Remaining root at 45, cut back nicely. Remaining root at 43, cut back nicely. Remaining root at 41, cut back nicely. Remaining root at 39, trim back nicely. Remaining red at 37, cut back nicely. Also here at 37 is another notable fracture. We see it on the bottom left corner area from about 6 o'clock to about 9, 10 o'clock position. A chunk of that pipe has fine fracture in it. Remaining red at 35, cut back nicely. Remaining red at 31, cut back nicely. Here we see our front clean out Y by the stairs. At basically the Y is at 30. And just upstream of that Y, the root there is cut back nicely at 29. Another interior root mass penetration at 25, cut back nicely. 22, root mass cut back nicely. Y junction joining in on the left for the floor drain, laundry tub, and kitchen. Right here at about 14 feet we have our transition from clay to cast iron. That's the base of the bathroom stack. We can see some remaining root, but cut back as nicely as possible. Going up the base of the stack. Access through our clean out tee next to our laundry tub.